The Cuban Missile Crisis, which took place in October 1962, was one of the tensest moments in Cold War history, bringing the world to the brink of nuclear war. The crisis began when American spy planes discovered Soviet missile sites being constructed in Cuba, just 90 miles off the coast of Florida. These missiles had the capability to strike most of the United States with nuclear warheads, and their presence escalated tensions between the U.S. and the Soviet Union to unprecedented levels. President John F. Kennedy, upon learning of the missile sites, faced a difficult decision. After intense discussions with his advisors, he chose to implement a naval blockade around Cuba, preventing any more Soviet military supplies from reaching the island. This move, although called a quarantine to avoid the legal implications of an act of war, effectively put the superpowers on a collision course. For 13 days, the world held its breath as Soviet ships approached the blockade, and the threat of nuclear war loomed large. In a series of secret negotiations between Kennedy and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev, a deal was reached. The Soviet Union would dismantle its missile sites in Cuba and remove the missiles in exchange for the U.S. promising not to invade Cuba. Additionally, although not publicly disclosed at the time, the U.S. agreed to quietly remove its nuclear missiles from Turkey, which were stationed near the Soviet border. The Cuban Missile Crisis ended peacefully, but it left a lasting impact on U.S.-Soviet relations. It led to the establishment of a direct hotline between Washington and Moscow to ensure swift communication in the event of future crises, and it underscored the terrifying potential for nuclear war during the Cold War. The resolution of the crisis is often seen as a key moment of restraint and diplomacy, though it also revealed just how close the world came to catastrophe.